all the way to strike down Obamacare completely, but he partially crippled the law by saying you can, if you're a state, reactionary state, you can reject the Medicaid expansion because that's your prerogative. So for no reason, you can simply say, I'm a reactionary Republican governor, I'm the governor of Virginia, whatever it is, or the state legislature. I will not expand the Medicaid. So they've already done it. Now, we have this Harvard study, which again says that as a result of the failure to expand Medicaid to 36 states, about 17,000 Americans are dying or have already died. 17,000 deaths is more than Afghanistan and Iraq put together. It's true. Economics kills far more than war, far more. So now, in addition to the 17,000 who are already dead or dying at this point, the Supreme Court is going to throw the entire system into chaos if Antonin Scalia and the Competitive Enterprise Institute have their way. Well, what is that? Manslaughter? Murder? Some would say that's murder on the Nuremberg scale. That the real question is, how do you get these people to Nuremberg? So remember, Supreme Court justices can and should be impeached if they, for example, carry out manslaughter against the American people. And remember who these people are. You can thank Scalia for the 2000 decision to stop the Florida vote count in the Bush v. Gore case. Remember that in that opinion that Scalia wrote at that time, he said, there is no right to vote in the United States. Are we dreaming? Is this delirium? Citizens United. Let's have foreign donors control the U.S. Congress. And they do. I guarantee you. It's not just an Israeli party. We have that. But there's a Chinese party in there. There's Japanese. There's Brazilian. Whatever you want, it's there. Mainly Chinese because they have the money. Hobby Lobby, right? If you're a plutocrat, your religious opinions come first and forget the medical needs of the people working for you. So in the 1960s, it was the impeach Earl Warren bumper sticker. Well, let's think about how that would look with impeach Scalia, right? So 7.5 million. And in the first ranking, there's also this question that if you do this, you're going to put the entire Obamacare into a death spiral. So how many will die? I'm not a fan of Obamacare. I wanted and want Medicare for all, paid for by a Wall Street sales tax. But this is now what we have. This, for the relevant historical future, we're stuck with this. Think about the rats cabal today. In the 1930s, it was called the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. And they blocked all the New Deal legislation, right? Half a dozen decisions striking down New Deal legislation. So Roosevelt tried to pack the court. He didn't quite succeed in packing the court, but he scared the daylights out of those reactionaries so that they began to back off. And by the end of 1937, the Supreme Court had abandoned its systematic sabotage of everything that the New Deal was trying to do. There's also then the question, suppose everything goes bad. Lincoln had a problem with Chief Justice Roger Taney of Maryland. You'll remember him. Taney, written Taney, T-A-N-E-Y, and it's easy to get them mixed up, a Copperhead, right, a Confederate, but he stayed behind. So he had written the Dred Scott decision that black people have no rights. So the Civil War starts. The Baltimore mob, urged on by secessionist agents, tries to cut the rail line between Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. Lincoln suspends habeas corpus and declares martial law because there's a rebellion going on. It couldn't be clearer. So Taney gets into the act with the famous decision, Ex parte Merriman, which says, Lincoln, you do not have the right to suspend the habeas corpus. Only the Congress can do that. So what did Lincoln do with that decision by Taney? He ignored it. Ignore it. Declare a state of emergency. Say tens of thousands of American lives are at stake now and then, and we're ignoring what these what the 9 old men, right? That was Roosevelt's term, 9 old men. Now we would say the rats cabal, right? Roberts, Alito, Thomas Scalia, and, of course, Kennedy. You can't imagine that you're going to impeach all of them. That is simply not serious. Roberts would really be the guy to impeach if you wanted to make an impression and strike down somebody who otherwise will be on there for decades to come. Scalia, of course, has been on there for 30 years already, way too long. But you also got to think how hard this is going to be, how hard it's going to be. And the way you can do that is that Scalia, I think, is already widely hated. I think there's a pool of hatred against Scalia which can be tapped into, and that can take the form of pressure on Congress, specifically the House. Get that guy out of there. That's an obscenity. We don't have the right to vote. We don't have the right to see who's buying elections. Bush, and of course Bush means all the wars, including Iraq, and all those deaths. So we have had enough of this out-of-control reactionary court. And they are not conservatives. Some of them are reactionaries, and some of them go all the way to fascists. And we'll be looking into that. So that's the current situation. So this, what we can see from Wisconsin to the Supreme Court, we've got this terrible the situation. Now, let's just also look. Holder of the Justice Department has come out with a study of Ferguson. We say, after you've done Ferguson, go to Benton Harbor, Michigan. Go to Berrien County. That's where we need the Justice Department probing. Back in a minute.
What good is a Big Berkey water filter?
We get that question a lot here at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And in a word, the answer is protection. Protection from water main breaks, E. coli contamination, environmental chemical spills, pesticide runoff, chlorine taste and smell, and all forms of fluoride. Plus, Big Berkey water filters are the original gravity water filter system and most trusted on the market for a reason. Tested by multiple independent NSF EPA certified labs, they are the gold standard in water purification. At only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. That means big savings. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get a Big Berkey today at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit our website or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
It's no secret that government and big business buy in bulk and get huge discounts not available to the little guy. Until now. Introducing a breakthrough crowd buying website where people can join together, buy in bulk, and get massive discounts on millions of popular products. It's TogetherSave.com. TogetherSave.com. You can save 20, 30, or even 50% off tablets, smartphones, cars, appliances, textbooks, sports equipment, video games, and much more. All with free delivery. Check it out. TogetherSave.com. Visit now and start group buying today at TogetherSave.com.
This is Holly Thomas, Group Vice President of Cause Marketing for Macy's. Our company is working together with the March of Dimes through March for Babies to raise money and awareness about the serious problem of premature birth in the U.S. That's why Macy's is committed to raising funds through our employees, customers, family, and friends to improve the health of moms and babies everywhere. Won't you please join us in March for Babies? Start a team today at marchforbabies.org.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MyTV. 1-855-905-MyTV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MyTV. 1-855-905-MyTV.
The human body is extraordinary. Despite all the stresses we inflict upon it, it still works hard to stay in balance. Thousands upon thousands of people rely upon Heart and Body Extract to help their body stay balanced. This excellent 100% natural herbal formula helps maintain healthy blood pressure levels, cleans arteries, promotes good circulation, balances cholesterol, and more. HB Extract, paired with healthy lifestyle choices like good nutrition and exercise, can give you a life free of pain, sickness, and fear. Recapture your youthful vitality and experience your body healing itself with the aid of HB Extract. It's extremely effective and it starts working in just days. Visit hbextract.com to learn more and to read scores of testimonials from satisfied customers. And we've never increased our price in over 10 years. That makes Heart and Body Extract as great a value now as it was the first day we sold it. A healthy heart is a happy heart. Call 866-295-5305 or go to hbextract.com.
Independently leading the way for the nation. Compelling talk for every political persuasion. We are GC.
Radio. We've now just wrapping up on the Supreme Court. We are now in a constitutional crisis, and we're also we've got another constitutional crisis coming up: the debt ceiling. Don't look now. The middle of March, the reactionaries are going to try to get together and attack again on the debt ceiling and shut down the government that way. You will notice in the past week, Netanyahu came to town, a monstrosity. Then you've got, however, Boehner using that to tell his 50 to 60 person kamikaze caucus, the chuckleheads, the wacko birds, that they're going to have to give up on the attempt to shut down the government over Obama's decision to halt some extraditions. No, can't have that anymore. So the other problem was McConnell in the Senate was trying to get a bill through that would start imposing more economic sanctions on Iran right away. That was stopped. So the Republicans have been defeated on a number of things. I can imagine there is simmering rage in that kamikaze caucus of chuckleheads and wacko birds, and that they want to shut down the government. So we're headed towards another constitutional crisis. We got two. We got Obamacare in the Supreme Court probably coming out in June, and then we've got the mid-March for the debt ceiling, right? Where we say the 14th Amendment, Obama, you're going to have to push ahead. So executive authority, the power of the federal state, of the state. And when it says state, that doesn't necessarily mean these little individual states. It means that there's an overriding state interest in keeping the health care plan on track. So we got all of that going on. Now, the Tikrit offensive and the activities of our dear friend General Allen, the ISIS czar. This is now a huge scandal. Look, back in late January 22nd, from Tampa, we have dispatches saying the U.S. and Iraq have begun preparations for an assault by summer to retake Mosul, selecting and training military units and cutting supply lines to Islamic State militants who have been controlling Mosul. So it comes from General Lloyd Austin, the head of Central Command. He's still in his job. So he says, we're going to attack. Now, what does that mean? You're revealing your battle plan to ISIS. What does it mean further? It means that we have a pro-ISIS faction in the U.S. military. Let's get that clear. There are generals in the U.S. military who want to preserve ISIS for what?